All right, welcome back to another episode of Tribal Council Talk, an unofficial Survivor podcast brought to you by KMOV, CBS affiliate in St. Louis. I am one of the people talking to you. My name is John. I am a former Channel 4 producer and Survivor superfan who, for some reason, convinced the amazing Tasha, two-time Survivor contestant, to sit down every week and talk Survivor with me.
Nice.
How's it going, Tasha?
Oh, it's going great. Ready to talk about another amazing episode, John.
A first of its kind episode.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Which, you know, is heartbreaking, but also a lot of fun.
Yes.
I just to kickstart going right into the episode, I wanted your thoughts on, that we got no overnight reaction to Charlie being gone. Mm-hmm. And I'm wondering if that was just because Jonathan was just kind of like his stoic self and it wasn't we didn't really see any drama.
Yeah.
It just picks up the next episode the next day on the beach.
Yeah, I definitely noticed that too. And Jonathan nor Devin, it's like neither one of them are kind of like high energy people. So they were very chill, which, I guess to their defense, like, what can you do?
Right.
They really aren't hotheads or anything like that. So I think they played it well.
And Rick was, asking for translations in Albanian. So that was great.
Yes. Yes.
So then, it gets quickly into that there's going to be a merge. Mm-hmm. Right? So would you have been that shocked when you're like, okay, there's this many people left, but we're merging?
Oh, yeah. I mean, obviously, this is the first time they've ever merged at 17. So you could tell no one was expecting it. And I wonder, too, had they sensed a merge was coming, Devins and Jonathan may have been played a little better, mm-hmm. Because now you've blindsided two people and here comes a boat.
Right.
and you don't have time to do damage control, if you will.
No, I thought Jonathan did a good job talking to Dee.
Yes.
It's like, we're going to shore this up now. And,
yes.
Revenge is a dish best served cold.
Yes, it is.
But, usually you'd think they would go to, like, the nicer beach or the thing where they didn't have to transport as much, but they get to go into the loser's beach.
The loser's beach. I remember on Cagayan when we merged into the Bronze Tribes beach. Mm-hmm. This is where Cliff Robinson stayed, and the shelter was everything was massive. I'm like, for somebody like Cliff Robinson, who's probably like, 6'8", 6'9", something like that, it needs to be a grand scale. But yeah, I was shocked. Like, this beach is terrible.
Yeah. There's nothing there. There's not even.
But
a
the hammock
shack.
was there, right?
The hammock, yes. We've got to have
the hammock.
Harmony hammock. But and what I picked up on was Emily being like, "Oh, we have our buffs." It's like these new school people are so used to mergatory.
Yes.
That I think they were shocked that it was an actual merge and everybody got their buffs and it seems like everyone's going to get to vote.
Exactly.
So it is.
Yeah. And I was looking for a little bit of the nostalgia. Normally the boat comes and there's food and drinks and it's like a huge celebration. It was kind of anticlimactic.
Right.
There was nothing.
No.
But buffs.
But buffs. And then the to me, it's I was thinking of you as everyone was going around and talking, like you said, more like word vomit, where it's just like everyone knows about everything.
Everything.
Which I think is, it was kind of reminded me of, I just thought about this last night with some of the new school things where you had to work together with people to get an idol.
Yes.
Making sure that people knew that there was going to be this more chaos, like production doing that.
Yes.
And that same thing happens with the boomerang idols. Where like everyone knows something.
Yes. Yeah.
But it seems like there's no secret. There's no secrets.
There are no secrets. Yeah, everything's in the open, and that's really what you get when you do constant swaps, right? Because you're forced to build new alliances. Then you swap. Now you have to build another alliance. It's like, I have to share to show that I'm a loyal or trusting person. Now you've shared too much. And then everybody's doing the same thing. You come together. Now everybody knows everything. But poor Ozzy, he's like, yeah, I got an idol. And then they're like, well, we already know. People are talking about
I loved his reaction.
I know.
And even Joe, like, what really got me when Joe was like, wait, does Ozzy know that I know? It was like, they don't know that we know that we know.
Exactly. And people are asking, wait, does so-and-so know that I should know this? And they're like, yeah, you're good. It's so confusing.
Having to keep track of all of that.
Yes.
Was supposed to be mentally
it's pretty cool, though.
And what did you think about Genevieve not being open with Rizzo about that she was the one who sent him the idol.
Oh, I thought that was so smart. I thought good for her for having the sense to know, like, something should be kept to yourself. And I don't think anybody's suspecting it either.
No, I mean, well,
great.
at least Rizzo did. You know, he assumed it was her.
Yeah.
You know, but that would be, you know, then it wouldn't have any, like, everyone knows that she gave it to Ozzy.
Yes.
So if he goes, like, she would get it, but she could have this
Yes.
secret advantage.
Yeah.
So,
What would you have
initially,
done?
Yes. I initially thought, I was like, oh, she should have built that bond. But then it wouldn't have mattered anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so I was going to say, I hope she gets it back so that it's like a blind side, but then that means Rizzo would have to go for her to get it back. So I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I think everyone's more on
Okay
that.
with that.
You know, and it just seemed, you know, like Suri just loves people with Z's in their name.
Yes.
You know, that now her number ones are with Ozzy and Rizzo. Do you think that she's that taken with Rizzo, or he's just like a lost puppy?
I think he's a lost puppy, and I think Suri is being so strategic with that move. Like, she was on the bottom on her way out, and she's just like, you know what? Let me just shut up, which is what everyone should be doing. But she's like, let me just shut up and let this thing play out. And I think we're going to see, like, true Suri fashion coming out a little bit later. But I think she's playing it so cool.
Yeah, I just think moving forward, I wonder if we're going to be more, as it was in Second Chances, more like voting blocks.
Yes.
Because there's so many people that have connections all over the place.
Exactly. And then why are people still telling Emily
Anything?
anything? I'm like, what is it? Maybe I'm missing it, but this girl talks too much.
Yeah, I mean,
But people are sharing everything with Emily.
no, this is, like you said, word vomit,
Yes.
nonstop. Everyone wants
Yes.
to talk all the time.
Yes.
You know, and I just think the other thing, you know, is that Jonathan, I think, has done a good job. You know, like he's talking it up
Yes.
with all the old school people, and I think that they know that he's kind of got that, like, that mentality. So I'm
Agreed.
wondering how that old school mentality block will come together.
And I forgot who brought that up. Was it Suri that was talking about, like, the old school
versus
yes,
new
the
school.
loyalty, and
Yeah.
the new school is more of the voting block type format
But I think Suri's more excited to play more new school than old.
than old school. Yeah.
All right, so that's, you know, they then eventually do get a boat to come up. but
Yes.
it's with that twist. Would you have sprinted into the jungle or strolled into the jungle?
I probably would have sprinted. Yeah, but it's hard to tell on TV, like, the massive nature of the island. You know, for us, it looks like, okay, there's the well, there's the shelter, but these islands are huge, and finding a clue or anything, it really is like a needle in the haystack. Like, every tree looks the same, and there are thousands of them. So, you know, yeah. For anybody that just happens upon a clue, like, you are really, truly lucky.
So my question was, like, should you be looking where the cameras are looking? Like, as people are running around, because, you know, you see Rizzo walk past one and then a snap zoom onto where it is, and it's almost like I would just want to turn around and watch the camera movements every single time to see if they're panning up to the tree.
Yes, without saying too much, if you are an aware survivor and you understand the production element, that is typically a clue. Where do they film confessions? Where do they take you to, without saying too much?
No, that's good.
Yes.
But I mean, that would be my thing. Like, if I'm Rizzo and I walk off and I see the camera, like, just keep focusing where I was, I'm like, wait, something must be over there, because you normally would be following me along.
Yes, it's a very wise thing to acknowledge.
So you're saying I'm smart?
You are smart. You would be a good survivor.
Yeah. But, you know, Ozzy, you know, we are reiterated throughout, you know, like, all of this episode that Colby's hurt, which,
Yes.
you know, I think then,
Yeah.
you know, leads to that.
Yes.
But, you know, Ozzy finds it, goes to exile, whatever. What did you think of his decision on bringing Rizzo?
I thought it was a good decision. And like he said, he didn't want to bring somebody that was obvious that he's working with, and didn't want to bring someone that is obviously on the outs. So I think Rizzo was a very safe bet. And like he said, his strategy was like, nobody really knows this guy, so let me bring him along. I thought it was good. I thought it was good. I'm glad he didn't take Sari.
Right. I mean, that was just what I...
It's too obvious.
But I think, that we find out later that Sari told Ozzy, like, hey, bond with him. Like,
Yes.
the three of us can roll together.
Yes,
Which I
yeah.
think it was smart.
Agreed.
Anything else before the challenge?
I just thought the merge energy was crazy.
Oh, everyone meeting each other, like the fanboys fanboying out, like, Christian and Rizzo got to show their excitement.
Oh my gosh. I loved it. And all these people are so excited to be out there. So just the level of energy and excitement. And they were like kids, So
because I think
it
as
was
a
just
viewer,
cool.
you almost get like, oh, well, they all know each other. But really,
Right.
they
They
don't. And
don't.
it's been, decades in between when some people have played. So they
Exactly.
really don't know.
And then too, before the game starts, there are no conversations. You're literally silent for however long the pre-game period is. So these people are like chomping at the bit, like, hey, I just want to introduce myself. I want to play with you,
Right.
And so it was really nice. I liked it.
I think even like Colby was excited to see Rizzo. Like
Yes.
and like people coming back.
Yes.
Together. So yeah, there was a lot of
exactly.
fun.
It was.
Big merge energy.
Yes.
So we come out. They open up on the challenge. I immediately knew because there was the three different colors on there. I'm like, oh, we're going to 3.
Yes, exactly. Wait, let's back up really quickly. What did you think about Devin's news anchor moment?
Oh, I always find it entertaining, and he's a great narrator. I mean, and that's the thing that, that we've said before about having the energy of these returning players. Like he knew what was needed of him.
Yes.
And he can pull it off just
I
like
agree.
that.
And then the news music, I'm like, oh, this is so cute. So I just wanted to say that.
It's an old fallback. Sam did it in 47. In Savannah. It's good when you've got someone who can just spout out quickly. Like, let's get a good narration.
Yes. It's Survivor Gold.
Still got nothing to love for Rick.
All right, the challenge.
So it was one of those things, like I automatically knew, it was 3. What do you think of that Survivor Classic challenge?
Whew, I was like, I feel sorry for their feet. I love that challenge, and it's a quick one. People are usually out so fast.
Especially when they don't get a merge fee.
Exactly.
So would you say, is it the same footholds like for every person, or is it personalized on their size of their foot?
It is the same foothold for every person. That's why I think the women have the advantage because their feet are smaller.
Right.
And so usually the
Jonathan's
women
going out
immediately.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. It's the same foothold.
It looked like I was just getting a little angrier at the blood moon. Like, it was like someone came up with this idea, and I get that. Okay, it's something that you could talk about. It's historical, but it's not like it just happened.
No, no.
You didn't just experience a blood moon the night before. The last blood moon was a month ago on March 3rd. So it wasn't even like it just happened right now.
Okay, so you're not a fan of the term.
Just come up with something else. I mean, it was historic enough as it is.
Yes.
That this is the first time in one episode. Like, you don't have to give it a name. Like,
okay, I gotcha.
Like, anyone's going to be like, oh, you got blood mooned. Like, no one's going to say that. It was like, this is the very first time ever in Survivor we're getting rid of 3 people. All in one thing.
Yeah.
That's great. You don't need to name it. All of a sudden,
or-
we're naming things
Right,
again. You were
right.
just saying season 41 through 49.
Yeah.
Now we're naming a blood moon.
You could call it the tri-tribal.
Yeah. I did look it up. The next one is on New Year's Eve 2028. So
okay.
mark your calendars for the Survivor
Sounds good.
blood moon then.
What did you think about that concept of the 3 individual? It's individual immunity,
Right.
but in a 3-way format.
It's hard when it's just 5 people. But
Right.
I think the production picked up on the fact that everyone's going to assume that we're going to do multiple double tribal counts.
Yes.
He's like, let's just throw that out the window, and it's
Right.
we're going to do a
Yeah.
triple. So I think they thought that through, that everyone, I'm assuming they're still going to do at least one more a double elimination. But I think they kind of flipped it on the head of like, okay, how can we do this without having anyone expect it?
Yes.
Because I think people did expect a double tribal,
Right.
not a triple.
A triple, right. But, okay, I understand that 3 people had to go home so that we could speed this up. However, I feel like it was a little bit unfair. I know they randomly picked the 3 groups, but at this point, we've formed relationships. We've made alliances. We've switched so many times. Why not just have a tribal where 3 people go home, but it's one large tribal? and the 3 people with the most votes go home.
Or, I just don't know if 3 people should have won individual immunity, like only have it be the last person who wins.
Right.
And then those 2, because you automatically knock out like one person and then it's only like 1 in 4 chance that you're going home.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't my favorite.
I don't think. Well, we won't have this big of a group anymore. So I doubt the Blood Moon returns at least till New Year's Eve, 2028. So the pink players were Genevieve, Aubrey, Christian, Rick, and Joe. Mm-hmm. Genevieve sure got rock drop screwed on that one.
Yes, she did.
The orange players: Jonathan, Steph, Tim, Camilla, and Chrissy. And then the blue players, Dee, Coach, Suri, Colby, and Emily. Mm-hmm. There's a variety, but Genevieve was like the unluckiest Survivor player ever this season.
Yes,
she found 2 idols, but then can't use any of them when it actually, comes down to when she would need it.
Yeah, yeah.
But I did love the old school flashback of that challenge with Coach. And I just love all the
so
flashbacks.
Young.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, I mean, come on. This is season 50. That was season 18. It's been a while.
He looked so different.
But like you said, like the women had an advantage. Plus,
Yeah, I'm assuming Christian has little feet.
Yeah, I'm just
he
assuming
looks like
that
he
also.
would have little feet.
Yeah. And then we get Applebee's, but. I just feel bad that everyone didn't get to eat, like you said. Like, let them have a little bit of food.
Exactly. Yeah. It would look like a pretty amazing Applebee's sanctuary.
Yeah, I was hoping they'd get a little bit more boozy. But, in the sanctuary, good things happen.
I think Jonathan did have 2 fish bowls.
Well, he's big enough. I don't think that even, got him over the legal limit.
And I think I saw 3 huge burgers in front of him, too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would chow it down and then get sick later.
Yeah, but it all looks fun and it looks good. But in about 10 hours after that, they're going to be hurting.
So, I didn't think about this till later, but Chrissy was the one at that challenge who said, let's put the game on pause.
Yeah.
And I think from then on, she was planning like, okay, I don't want to give everyone too much time to scramble.
Yes.
And like she had her plan set.
Yes, she did. But then Stephanie's like, man, put the game on pause.
Yeah.
We never paused Survivor.
Right. But, I think that was the thing where she came up with this plan. I'm going to sell it, that comes up later. And she was like, okay, let's not see if anyone's like scrambles around right now. Let's enjoy
it.
Anything else before moving on?
Nope. I think we're good.
So, the thing, we did hit a little bit on the exile, like Ozzy saying that Suri told him to really bond, with Rizzo.
Yeah.
And I did, they had a little idol talk. They got to bond over the idols,
Yes.
But I thought that Ozzy did a good job pretending like he didn't know about Rizzo's idol.
Yeah. They got some good acting skills out there. Unfortunately, Mike White is gone, so
he can't do his casting.
Right, for White Lotus. But so do you think that Suri really is with Rizzo?
I think she thinks she can use Rizzo, and like he seems like he will be easily manipulated.
Yeah.
Because he thinks he's so cocky.
Yeah.
But I think she thinks, like you said, I think there's going to be multiple divisions because it's going to be like it's the Z Boys and Suri.
Yeah.
But then you've also got, okay, are they going to stay connected to Rick and Emily and Devins?
Right.
Or is Stephanie or is they going to go with like old school, like with Stephanie?
Yes.
Because then I assume Stephanie will go back with Coach, who then will also have Joe. I'm assuming Jonathan's going to go there. And then you just got so many, like, who's going to work with who.
So many combinations.
Yeah, and then eventually, Dee being angry at Jonathan, like, where's Dee going to end up with Tiff? Mm-hmm. So there's too many things to decide.
Yes.
But we do finally get to see the Aubrey versus Genevieve, the showdown.
Yeah.
Aubrey came out and said, I'm going to play my idol. I was like, do you think that was a good move on her part?
100%. I thought it was a good move that she said she was going to play it and then didn't.
Right.
So
I think she was ready, though. I mean, if that shot in the dark had hit.
Oh, my God.
Even because she didn't know.
I wish if the shot in the dark would have hit. Who do you think would have gone home?
Well, that would be the interesting because they all voted for Genevieve. So then I think if the shot in the dark hit, then Aubrey plays her idol. So then she's immune.
Yes.
So then it would come to, but then Genevieve still wouldn't have a vote.
Right.
So then I bet Aubrey, Devins, and Christian vote out Joe.
Joe, yeah, that's what I thought. Joe, it was, yeah.
Which I think if Genevieve would have known about the animosity that they had with Devins and Joe, like she should have gone that angle.
Agreed.
Yeah, but
I thought that is what she was going to do.
But I mean, they talked up so much else, but nobody talked
Yep.
that up, so she didn't know. Like, because that could have been a way to get into Devins.
Yes.
Because you could have made that argument, like he's a big guy, he's a huge challenge threat. We can get him out now.
Yep.
I was like, but
Nope.
what do you don't
Missed that
know? Yeah, but I didn't think. And I knew that Genevieve, like because she played the shot in the dark, knew that it was a long shot of her
Yes.
trying to convince Christian.
True.
I think she, like made a compelling argument, but he's not going to flip.
Exactly. Yeah, that was a pretty much a no-brainer on that tribe that Genevieve was going.
But and it's still Joe made just like a little comment when Genevieve was talking to him about like I'm still trying to see who's trying to play me. Like he still seems like he's in total shell shock.
He is
Going back. He just finished rewatching his season.
Yep.
Saw everything happen, and it still seems like he's like I'm still going to be double checking everything.
Exactly.
All right. On to the blue players. Again, just keep hitting on Colby being hurt. The coach making the mistake of telling Dee. Although you could believe it because Emily does talk nonstop,
Right.
But what I like, and I know I talk about Coach a lot, but at least he realized it. I think a coach in the past he would have like blustered about.
Yeah.
He was like, I was an idiot. I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, I think Coach is realistic about his gameplay and unrealistic at the same time. Like he wants to be this genuine, sincere person, but nobody's buying it. I think he's trying to sell it to himself as well. He wants to play like this certain type of game, and it's just not happening. So he does what he does, tells the lie, and then is like, why did I do that?
Right.
So you can tell he's trying to figure it out, but he likes to present that he has it figured out.
I just think you could have tested the waters a little bit more with Dee before. Because I think he was trying to see if he could save Colby, but I think he could have tested it a little bit differently.
Right, not lie on Emily. And clearly the girls are talking.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just unnecessary, I think. But I thought Colby's pitch was pretty good to Dee. Like, hey, I will put you in front of my crew and say, she saved me. He made a good pitch. He was genuine.
I only read his post-game interview with Dalton Ross this morning, but he basically said, like, I scrambled for about 15 minutes, realized I wasn't getting anywhere, and then I was just like, I moved on.
Yeah.
Which, I thought Colby had a great send-off episode.
Yeah. It was emotional.
Chrissy and her acting abilities with Tiff and Camilla, like, what did you think? It did come across as sincere. I mean,
it did.
Yeah.
She was so funny. The part where she was just on the beach and she's like, yeah, I've overcome so much, and I'm just glad to be here. And if I go home, I'm not going home.
I don't think that's going to happen. I love that.
Oh,
that
it was so good. I'm like, yeah, Chrissy. Yeah.
I thought she did a great job selling Camilla.
Yes, she did.
I think, it helped that Jonathan just got blindsided by her just the time before.
Exactly.
But again, I think, like Jonathan does, even though he is, new school, like he does align more with like Chrissy and Steph. So
yeah. I thought Chrissy had a great pitch. And again, I don't think they realized they were merging. Otherwise, they would have did a little bit better damage control of particularly Jonathan. Obviously, It came back to get Camilla.
No,
I thought it was good.
Karma. Yeah. Like she really, like with her going home, I mean, she tried to throw Jonathan under the bus there at the end, but it's just like, you just betrayed me.
Exactly. Yeah, I thought that was good. Poor Camilla.
And the order that they did the tribals, I guess, made sense, because it seemed like, like this, there wasn't much controversy, and you want to end with the Colby or the coach going home. But yeah, I really thought, there wasn't that much to be more to add on the Camilla vote up.
No. I did like the quote from Jeff, chaos is celebration.
Yeah, that's true.
In Survivor. We love it.
I loved the Keith Nail quote coming up on the second travel.
Yeah.
Like Survivor's,
Cruise is fun.
Survivor's not fun. Cruise is not fun.
Cruise is
but
fun.
Like I said, sometimes it doesn't have to be fun to be fun. But yeah, Aubrey looked like she was ready. If that, like you could tell, like if that shot in the dark hit, she was going to go. And then I think that, I thought Joe was smart with going, like against Genevieve.
Yep.
But it sucked. Yes, Genevieve had a complete turnaround from her 47 game. Found 2 idols, neither one of which she could have used.
No.
Which really would have helped her out.
I know, right?
She had such bad luck with like having, hooking up with Kyle. Kyle goes home.
Yes.
Q goes home.
Yep.
Like now, well, it was with Colby. Now Colby's gone. Finding 2 idols.
Can't use
any of them.
And then getting on a 5-person, not fake tribe,
Right.
not even a real tribe, it's a fake tribe. Yeah, it was just, and you hate that for Survivor players. These people, one, it's like a blessing to just even get invited back, and then you get invited back, and it's something like a twist like this after you've merged, right?
Yeah.
I just thought Survivor could have did a better job.
Sorry, Genevieve.
Yeah.
Gone too soon. Although she did not get a rerun episode, so I didn't think she was going to make it that far.
Yeah. Were you sad about Camilla?
Yes and no. I mean, I really think she dug her own grave. Like if she plays it differently and gets out Rizzo last time, then this isn't where she is. So I really think that she kind of did that to herself with the previous vote.
Yep.
So sorry, Camilla.
Sorry.
I was wondering on the shot in the dark if, because, I always figured the 1 in 6 shot was because the tribe started as 6 people. And I wondered if the shot in the dark would get worse because they started with 8.
Ooh.
So I was glad that they clarified that to make sure that the shot in the dark was still 1 in 6.
Yeah.
But yes, I would love for shots in the darks to hit a little bit more, even though I don't like them.
I know.
Anything else before we get to the last tribal council of the evening? So in his post-game interview, Colby basically said he almost got medically evacuated, and because he had an infection in his foot too. So they tried to pull him right before tribal, and he says, "I'm probably going home. Let me just get through this." It was like, we can talk in the morning. So and he talked about how it was like, I thought it'd be unfair to coach if they voted coach out and then I get medically evacuated the next day.
Yeah.
So I thought that's a real stand up on Colby's part. And, he gets the good send off. He gets voted out, not medically evacuated. Yeah. And, I think everyone knew what was going to happen, including Colby, but I thought it was the perfect little send off.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
Yep.
And, I'm just sorry.
I know.
But I did love the Red Wedding quote by Coach, because it was such a bloodbath. Everyone's sick.
Emily's face was like,
yeah. Oh, so he looks like a character from Game of Thrones. Why wouldn't he quote Game of Thrones? So all in all, I really I enjoyed the episode. I'm sorry so many people went home.
Yeah.
Props to them for coming up with more twists.
Right.
We don't need to talk about Blood Moon anymore.
Exactly. And I thought that the strategy was a little nuanced too, because not only are you voting off people that you're not in alliance with or whatever, but you're also thinking ahead, like, I don't want this person on the jury.
Right.
So that was a little nuance too. Like, this is our last opportunity to get out somebody that is not for me, that I've never talked to, that doesn't want to work with me.
And there's still 14 people left in the game, which is still larger than the largest merge before this anyway.
Exactly.
Wondering if then if they'll split up next week too and do a double tribal.
Yeah.
Which, props, then more people get to win individual immunity, I guess, which could be more bonus points for us.
Yes.
But also, I wonder how many more double councils that they're going to have to do just to get it down to a manageable level. Mm-hmm. I guess we'll find out.
We will.
All right, so looking ahead to which players we both have left on our fantasy teams. Right now, the score is Tasha 87, John 98. But the bad part was now you don't get any boomerang points for Genevieve.
I
she's
know.
Out just in case.
But
we both lost 5 players.
Yeah, 7-7.
Team Tasha, still with Joe, Sari, Tiffany, Emily, Christian, and Chrissy. Oh, that looks good. And Team John, Coach, Stephanie, Rick, Ozzy, Dee, Jonathan, and Rizzo.
Nice.
So I still don't know how it's going to go. I keep thinking Rizzo's going to go home.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, going ahead to the previews, it looks like Dee and Jonathan will be going at it. So, like I said, I'm wondering how all of the blocks are going to come out.
Yeah.
And then I wonder who Coach is angry at, because it was really blowing up, but we don't know.
We don't know
why.
Who.
I think they make it. It really was ambiguous, but everyone's like, well, Coach could be mad at anyone about anything, so we can go from there. So yeah, looking ahead to next week, I'm just wondering where, where we're going to end up, if it's going to be a double elimination again, just to get things down faster.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, but hopefully they do it a little differently and not split up. the.
Oh yeah. Just I mean, I could see it doing two like they've done in the past, like that. There's like I said, 2 people win at least with 7 players on each group, not tribe.
Yeah, there are
Like there's
more
more people to
right.
do it. But then I'm wondering how many idols will come out.
But it's like you work your butt off to get to a merge. You've formed these relationships for a merge scenario. Now that we've merged, then you separate me from possibly the alliance members that I've built for the merge. It's just, I don't know, it just seems unfair.
Would you rather them see, like, okay, I mean, that would be a huge tribal council. I mean, 14 people, which is why I was thinking, that would be too big. But that would also be interesting because you would wonder if there could be a consensus vote or not.
I think there could be a consensus vote. I just feel like the 2 people with the most votes go home.
Oh, like ranked choice voting.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
You get 2 parchments?
You get 2 parchments. Yeah. Or put 2 names on one
You would give a little menu
parchment.
and you could check off who you
right, little check box. Yeah. And then the 2 with the most votes, they go home. It's that simple. That way alliances are working. It's not this random we drew and now I'm randomly on a new tribe, but we merged. So we're really one tribe.
I'm also wondering how, the fact that so many people know about all the idols, like will someone decide to just play it and get it out of there?
Right.
Or not.
Yes, I'm prophesying that somebody will be playing an idol next week.
All right.
It's time. It's time for idol play.
Yes, I want some idols, and I want to know if there's another merge idol.
Exactly.
And I'm wondering if what Mr. Beast will bring whenever he comes. Ooh. And then the chatter online was that since there was a little angry about how much Zach Brown coverage there was, that they were re-editing to cut out more Mr. Beast, so that we didn't have like a Mr. Beast confessional like we had a Zach Brown confessional.
Okay, that's good. Survivor is evergreen, right? It's evergreen. It's about the fans and they're listening, which I like.
Yeah. So any other closing thoughts? We good to go?
I think we're good to go.
All right. Well, hopefully you enjoyed this another episode of Tribal Council Talk, an unofficial Survivor podcast by KMOV. We will be back next week, so keep downloading and listening so we can keep talking about Survivor because we love it.